again!
It's over!
He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net.
Nice one.
Straight down the middle.
Hi, you're watching Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get started. Right, on the show today, Pakistan captain Salman Ali Agha was caught smirking at a press conference after a journalist said Afghanistan was the second best team in Asia. This, even as Pakistan's own cricket fans have been taunting their side in the lead up to the Asia Cup. Football fans in Europe are up in arms again. Serie A is proposing one of their league games to be played over in Australia. Fans cry of betrayal. Are authorities slowly losing ties with their own tradition? And does that bode well for the sport itself? And can Mexico and America come together for good? Formula One is surely trying, even as the war-like stance between the two countries continues to exist. Mexico super racer Sergio Perez is all set to start for American team Cadillac in F1 next year. Can this be the bridge that could symbolize hope for a relationship that has only worsened over the years? But first, a look at the headlines on Sports 360. Starting with the US Open, world number one Jannik Sinner entered the third round. The Italian beat Alex Popyrin in straight sets. This win puts him level with Roger Federer in terms of best win-loss ratio in hard court slams. Meanwhile, world number two Coco Gauff also made it to round three, but her 7-6, 6-2 win over Donna Vekic didn't come easy. Gauff burst into tears post the interview as the crowd applauded her. She also thanked Simone Biles, who watched the match from the stands. On to football. Manchester United have agreed to sell Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea for $54 million. The deal is yet to be finalized, but reports say all terms have been agreed upon. If it goes through, the sale value would be the fourth highest in United's history. Ahead in the list are Cristiano Ronaldo, Romelu Lukaku and Angel Di Maria. Meanwhile, two former Manchester United managers were sacked in just a gap of 11 hours. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the first to bite the bullet as he was let go by Besiktas. Hours later, Fenerbahce removed Jose Mourinho. Both the managers failed to help their sides dominate the Turkish league. On to chess, American Grandmaster Wesley So clinched the 2025 Sinkfield Cup after a dramatic final round. He took home a record prize money of $350,000. India's R. Pragyananda finished runner-up after falling short in the playoff, and Fabiano Caruana rounded off the top three. And summing it up with athletics, India's Neeraj Chopra settled for the second spot at the Diamond League for a third time in a row. Germany's Julian Weber won his maiden title with two 90-meter throws. Neeraj finished runners-up with a throw of 85.01 meters. Pakistan, Afghanistan and the UAE cricket teams are busy warming up before the Asia Cup comes around. The three countries are playing a tri-series, and yesterday was the first joint captain's press conference. But want to know what was the biggest talking point from that presser? Pakistan captain Salman Ali Agha's reaction to a journalist's question directed to Afghanistan team skipper Rashid Khan. That smirk is what's headlining this tournament, and if things don't go too well for Pakistan here on, Ali Agha's smirk is all that he will be constantly reminded of. Let's dive right in. What was the question then that got the Pakistan captain reacting?
Assalamu alaikum. Mashallah, your team has done very well in the T20 World Cup. You became Asia's second best team. So what are the targets for this tri-series and then the Asia Cup?
Well, there is no specific target, we need to put on ourselves, and that's an extra pressure as well. For us is the right brand of cricket we have played over the last few years. I think that's something for us is the target, that we bring that energy into the game, we bring that performances and that efforts into the field. For us that's the main target.
A journalist at the presser addresses Rashid Khan, congratulating him on being the second best team in Asia, and then asks him what his target is here on for this tournament and of course the Asia Cup coming up. Rashid's response establishes two things here. One, that they are a good side and quite honestly, at the moment, the second best team in Asia. And he's humble enough to say the target is always to play good cricket and not bother about which team that they're beating. And of course, the interesting point to note is Ali Agha's reactions right through it all. Till the cameras zoom in to Rashid Khan, he raises his eyebrows as if that was a doubtful and a very dubious question, and almost smirks when he hears that question getting completed, almost saying this was a joke, that there was no way Afghanistan could be the second best team in Asia. It's of course Pakistan. Want to know what's wrong with that assumption? First, Afghanistan has been the more successful team on paper, as professional athletes, and their country as a cricketing nation have gone only from strength to strength, at least where the men's teams are concerned. In the last 2 years, Afghanistan's win percentage in T20 internationals is 54% compared to Pakistan, who have a win percentage of just 40. And in one-day internationals too, Afghanistan have a better win percentage of 50 as compared to Pakistan's 45. Let's come to ICC events, the last 3 major ones over the last 3 years. In the ODI World Cup in 2023, Afghanistan and Pakistan finished in with same points. At the T20 World Cup in 2024, Pakistan crashed out in the first stage itself. Afghanistan reached the final. At the ICC Champions Trophy, Pakistan did not win a single game. Afghanistan managed to win 1. So clearly on paper, Afghanistan has performed better than Pakistan over the last few years for sure. Second, Pakistan's misplaced sense of pride and their flawed attitude when this question was asked, almost indicating that this was all a farce. Now the farce, or the real farce, is what the PCB has been conducting, thinking they are working towards improving cricket in Pakistan, getting in top coaches who gave you a vision and results only to get them to resign and run away. That's been a farce. Their campaigns at ICC events, going winless and disappointing their fans over and over again, letting their country down. That's a farce. And of course, the biggest irony here is the fight for second spot. This is the same cricketing nation that would fight for the first with India, that produced quality cricketers who respected their opponents and earned their place on the international stage, for whom passion for the sport and the will to perform came first. This is the same country whose own cricket fans have mocked and taunted them for making tall claims about beating India come Asia Cup. So unless Pakistan wows everyone and destroys their opponents here in this tri-series, that smirk could well come to haunt Captain Ali Agha and his team. European football is on the edge of chaos. The standoff over moving league matches abroad is only growing louder. It all started with Spain's La Liga trying to take Barcelona versus Villarreal all the way to Miami. Now Italy's Serie A is jumping into planning AC Milan versus Como in Australia. And as Europe's top leagues chase foreign shores, it's the fans and players who are left fuming. When La Liga announced Villarreal's home fixture against Barcelona in Miami, fans had one burning question. Will it even get the permissions it really needs? 2 major approvals are already in, and now FIFA holds the final green signal. On paper, league officials, Barca and Villarreal seem happy. But behind the scenes, players have flat out rejected this idea. Even though the clash isn't finalized, one thing is certain: it has opened the floodgates. Serie A has followed the trail. Milan versus Como in Australia could be next, and that's the biggest fear, that this is just the beginning. More leagues will follow. The entire soul of European football is under threat here. For decades, home and away matches defined rivalries. El Clasico at Camp Nou or Bernabeu carries that enigma and legacy that no neutral venue can ever match or replace. Manchester United versus Liverpool at Anfield or Old Trafford isn't just a match, it's a pilgrimage. Now imagine one of these games being played in Miami or a city in Australia. Does it match up or make sense? And let's be clear, we're not talking about a pre-season friendly. This is an official league match without loyal home supporters, without the intimidating atmosphere, without the culture and fervor that really built this game. Sure, some fans may travel, but not too many. definitely not enough. Even a handful of fans lost is a loss for all these clubs. That's why supporters are furious.
We're going to fight against this. For us, again, this is a threat to the very existence, to the very integrity of the game. And this is not just 1 or 2 games that are going to be played outside of their territory of origin.
I think it's terrible because many people cannot pay for a trip this size to Miami. It would be better to hold the match closer to Barcelona.
If that's in Miami, then it will be Miami. But it is clear everyone prefers to see it in Camp Nou.
And it isn't only them. European officials are voicing outrage too.
I'm deeply disappointed by proposals to stage domestic league matches outside Europe. I believe that clubs owe most of their success to their loyal fans and local communities. Moving competitions abroad isn't innovation, it's betrayal.
And yes, it is betrayal. La Liga and Serie A may dress it up as a global reach or an effort towards global reach, but strip away the PR talk and what's left? Money. Revenue from host nations, sponsorship boosts, shiny checks. We saw it with the Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia. Back then, there were warnings. This is just the start. Now that's grown into fears that all of this could become reality. Serie A argues otherwise. But is it? That's exactly how it began with the Super Cups, just one match. Now it's become part of tradition. Fans robbed of seeing their own club lift a trophy at home. And once league matches move abroad, there's no coming back. There is no looking back. The truth is European football is at crossroads. On one side is history, inheritance and loyalty of millions of fans. On the other, the greed of governing bodies chasing bigger paydays abroad. Call it what you want, innovation, globalization, expansion. But for fans who built the sport, it feels like one word only, betrayal. And if leagues don't listen now, one day, Camp Nou, Bernabeu, San Siro and Anfield may become just tourist backdrops while the real battles are taking place overseas. Tensions between America and Mexico are boiling. US President Donald Trump's tariffs and tough immigration policies have pushed the two neighbors to their lowest point in years. But amid all the political fireworks, Formula One is trying to build a bridge. Mexico's beloved Sergio Checo Perez is making his return to F1 after a season away. And he's coming back with an American team, Cadillac, who are set to make their debut next year. Will this partnership be the icebreaker between the two nations? Ever since Trump returned to the White House, relations with Mexico have nosedived. Tariff wars, immigration crackdowns, violence and chaos on the border. They may be neighbors topographically, but politically they are worlds apart. And in the middle of this, enter F1, enter Checo. After his exit from Red Bull, the most successful Mexican driver in history was left without a seat. Then came a lifeline, Cadillac, an American brand with a point to prove. Together, they're ready to shake up the grid. Fans are buzzing and Checo himself knows how big this moment is.
Well, first I would like for this to be my last big project in Formula One. Because if that's to happen, it means that we have had a lot of success together. And ending my career here would be incredible as a project, and that I could be part of making this team one of the most successful teams in the future. That for me would be something incredible. But well, all that, as we know, Formula One and time will tell.
This is more than a comeback. This is a mission, a team looking to build a legacy, a driver hungry for success. And even his family believes sky is the limit.
After they get the points, they won't want points anymore. they'll want podiums. And after they have podiums, they'll want to fight for the championship. And what's going to happen with Cadillac is going to be explosive.
The impact isn't just on the track. This union has powerful symbolism. For America, it's about bringing a fan favorite back to the grid. For Mexico, it's about reviving hope, especially at the Mexican Grand Prix. Next year, when Perez drives a Cadillac on home soil, the energy will be electric. 281 races, 6 Grand Prix wins, 39 times to the podium. Of the 1,732 points won by Mexican drivers, Perez alone has scored 1,638. He is Mexican motorsport. And now he's the face of America's newest F1 dream. Politics may divide, borders may separate, but when the lights go out on Cadillac's debut, one thing will unite both sides: Checo Perez. This is more than just racing, and this just might be the bridge politics couldn't build. America giving their steering wheel to a Mexican. Where else would you see that? Time for last serve. Paris Olympics may not have given the publicity France hoped for, but for the Parisians, it's come as a bit of a blessing. After health concerns, River Seine is now open for swimming. And after all that cleanup work, after the chaos during the games, a race was finally organized. Take a look. That's a wrap of Firstpost on National Sports Day, but I'll see you again after this weekend. Do take care. Bye-bye.